All right, what is going on, everyone? We are live. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name's Odum. As always, I'll be I'll be your host today for today's live stream. And what we're doing, of course, is we're getting together every Monday through Friday, and we're figuring out how to build a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And we have, what do we have? We have a creative services agency called Pixel. And we just last week launched Pixel Pieces, which is our WEBFLOW component and template library, which we're still, working to kind of get off the ground and start promoting and all that kind of stuff. But today I figure I do something a little bit different in that I think I told you guys this before. Last week, I had a call with a potential client who's looking for some services or looking for some help in developing some type of website / application that's going to help with data. I don't know if it's like data aggregation and then potentially some dissemination of that data as well too. Maybe some visualizations as well. So it's an interesting project. So we need to put together a proposal basically to see if we're going to land the contract, I guess you could say, right, and do the work. So I thought it would be kind of a good idea to kind of do this together. So I did start writing the proposal yesterday, and I guess we'll just kind of get right into it. I'll say one thing too, kind of full disclosure, I guess you can say. I don't know how much of this I can show you guys, but the proposals that I usually do, I'd like to keep things pretty simple, like just kind of like almost like a one-page, very simple proposal, almost like even a quote. But this one's a little bit different because the price, as I wrote in the on the title of this video, the range is anywhere between $60,000 and $30,000. So it's going to be $30,000 on the low end for this project. So I think at that price, I think we want to put a little bit more detail and a little more something with a little more meat than just a quick little email say, hey, we're going to build a website, $30K, so I bought this product from the future. These guys always have some great stuff. This is the first thing I actually bought from them because usually I just kind of consuming the content that's for free. But it's called The Perfect Proposal, and it had like kind of a template that was already that they already kind of made. So I've basically been getting a lot of guidance from that to create my own version of a I don't need this anymore, of a template. So I kind of have it right here. So I guess we're just gonna just keep going here, and I'll kind of maybe show you what I have, and then we'll kind of I don't know, we'll just kind of go from there. So I haven't really designed anything yet. I'm just kind of laying things out, except for maybe this homepage. I mean, it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. But this proposal is not going to have any case studies associated with it, because this potential client was referred to me from somebody else that I already worked for. So I think that's a really good thing, and I think it basically means as long as I don't kind of screw up the proposal or what have you, I think we have a good chance of landing the contract. So we have the homepage here, and things aren't even really in order as well too. So we're gonna have to order the pages here appropriately. So the first page here is just kind of a little text, and we'll go through this later as we go along. Just kind of updating. Hey, it's great speaking with you, and kind of here's kind of what your problem is, and here's how I think that I can help. I think there's some work here that needs to be done. I just kind of did this thing really quick. Just kind of stuck it in here. This is just kind of a sample image, which definitely needs to get changed. So then here's just kind of a little bit more about the company and kind of what we do. And this is really geared towards science and academia, because that's where the project is going to be for. I just threw this in here because I don't know if I'm going to throw anything about like who I am. So I have this partial client list, and again, like I said, a lot of this stuff is like lifted straight out of the template or the sample template that I downloaded from the Future, which is part of their course here. So they had kind of this list. So I'm just like copying their playbook. I mean, these guys, multi-million-dollar company, whatever, making great websites and videos and all that kind of stuff. So why reinvent the wheel, right? So this partial client list is all people that are just relevant to the academic community that I've worked with over the years. So then I have this slide here for capabilities. These are just the things that we can do as a company or as an organization. Kevin, how's it going? Nice to see you. How's the weekend? So we have our capabilities here and just kind of maybe giving them more of an idea of all the different things that we could do. It's funny because I was just thinking about using Figma when I first started. And then I was like, well, kind of InDesign is kind of meant for this kind of stuff. Because if I do want to transfer stuff to print or what have you, because I just don't know how well Figma does for print. But I guess it probably is pretty good, I would imagine. Which is funny too, because I do have a what's the word I'm looking for? I have a presentation on Wednesday with another client, and what am I thinking? So I had to make the actual slide, and I opened up Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? This is horrible. So I just did it in Figma, which was like so awesome. So I'm like, I'll just have my presentation in Figma, which you can then export as well too into PowerPoint if you wanted to do like transitions and stuff like that, that are better suited for Microsoft than maybe Figma. So anyways, but then I thought like for this, maybe I should just use InDesign, but I don't know, but maybe I should. I don't know. We'll see. Oh my goodness, a 13.2 mile run for practice. Long, just a little bit longer than the half. Oh, that's crazy. That's a long run. How'd you do? Did you do it like in a good time that you're happy with? But anyways, obviously you're all set for your half marathon. I guess now it's just nailing it down for feeling good enough to do it in, a good time that you're going to be, that you're going to aim for or whatever, or maybe try to smash your PR maybe. So I don't know why I did it in InDesign here. Yeah, not sure. Anyways. Toronto coming up towards the Great White North. Toronto. There's always that Toronto Marathon. I think it's in May. Or is it in May? I can't remember. Or maybe they changed it. I don't know. I won't get another run anytime soon. Yep. But Toronto's an interesting city. I used to live I went to school at the University of Waterloo, so Toronto's like an hour away. So I'm pretty familiar. My sister lives in Toronto as well too. So it's an interesting city. I'll just leave it there. Although I wanted to see a Blue Jays game. That'd be nice. It's too far away. Like being here in Canada, I mean, America too, from coast to coast, it's a long drive. So even to get to Toronto from here, it's like 16 hours or something crazy like that. It's a long drive. Okay. Anyways, let's, back to this proposal here. Right. So capabilities, I think it's just to kind of show like, here's the different things that we can do. So these things might pop up in the future, for future projects or whatever, just to get them kind of thinking of all the things that we could potentially do for them. And then I have this phase. So this here, we're definitely going to need to work on this. So this is kind of like how the project is going to go. So the first thing is going to be discovery. And I want to get a pretty much like a day or half day or something like that on campus or on site with these guys. So we can really figure out what it is that the problem that they're facing, to really get a handle on exactly what it is that we need to build. Because I did have the initial call and I kind of have an idea of what to do, but I'm still not 100% sure. So that kind of information is going to kind of come out in the discovery call. And it doesn't make sense for me to spend all my time really thinking about what the solution is going to be without getting paid, right? Like that's kind of where, we need to sit down together and figure that out. So we have the discovery phase, and then once we do that, we'll head into the design phase. Design and development it could almost be even the same phase. But then we actually, design the website, whatever the case may be, and then, design prototypes, wireframes, whatever, and then we actually kind of build it, and then we test and roll out. So maybe I'll simplify things and put design and development into one. Maybe that makes the most sense. And then project scope and costs, another page. And I think maybe we'll add the pricing to each of these sections. So like, for example, I just want to say like price here, and say, this can range, between whatever, 20 and, 50K, depending on, scope, identified and agreed upon in discovery. Something like that. So maybe the pricing will all go in through here. Right. And then a page for services and rates. So just kind of put in the different things that we do, which is kind of up here, and just kind of talk about what the rates are for that stuff. I don't even know if I need that. Again, this was in the template from the future. So if it makes sense in this proposal, I don't know. We'll see. Services and rates. And then just a timeline of how long this is going to take. So, and that's it. I think, I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be pretty minimal proposal, but more detailed than I've ever created. So, okay. So I think we need to really go into, what did I just deleted something. We really need to go into this process and phase thing. How should we outline this? And we need to get this done today as well too, because I need to send this off. It's 3:00 now. So I need to send this off first thing tomorrow morning. I'll schedule it to send off, but I need to finish it today for sure. Okay, I think. Okay, I don't like this text here. Let's just get rid of that. And I think wonder how much I should break this down into different parts of what we're going to do. Okay, so we can have this, but I think what we'll do, I don't know how much of the template I can show from what I purchased. Maybe I'll show this because, it's pretty cool. So here's an example that I like right here is they have the different phases, and they talk about, the idea is to talk about what you're going to put on here and then just have your price associated on there. So I think we'll design it something like this. And I think there's, the same kind of thing here. But we're not going to be doing all these different things, but I like how they have different, like little sections in what a discovery phase is going to look like. Yeah, so we'll do something like that. But I like having this little kind of introductory statement so that people, when they read it, they know that like what the point of this is. The discovery process is where we will learn about your mission, values, and the audience that you want to serve. This will help us identify exactly what we need to deliver to make your product assess. I think we need to say something about, I need to talk about like identify like the problem, right? That's a key thing. Okay, and then we're going to have so again, using let's close this. I don't need that open. So using this as a guide. Yeah, we're definitely going to do some on-site facilitation. So I think we can, yeah, so let's say like on-site facilitation. Not going to worry about styling things too much right now, although something like this. Right. So we could say this will be a live. Oh, geez, this font is way small. Make sure that you guys can see this as well too. If you guys ever have any thoughts or ideas on the wordsmithing or the stuff that I'm using, feel free to let me know here. In-person facilitated, I guess, discovery. Yeah, we can just get deep insights into about your I don't know, I guess your project. Let's say not get, but uncover. Project, I don't know, stakeholders. Yeah, and then of course the point of this is to help us shape what it is that we need to build, right? So how can we say that? I need to, where's my pen here? This will help us uncover specific project goals and will shape the direction of, well, I guess, I mean, that's just kind of what it is, right? Help us uncover that. What we need to build. I don't like that text. We'll update that once we get the basic stuff down. This in-person discovery session typically lasts, let's say between, let's just say 4 to 8 hours. It depends on how many interviews we want, depending on how many I mean, let's just leave it at that. Let's keep that pretty simple and straightforward. Okay. So we'll have on-site facilitation. And I guess then we want to show the price somewhere. Oh, these are different. I mean, right. User profiles, business goals, internal stakeholder interviews. Right. I see. Right. Actually, I like this. Right. So we can break this down. So we could break it down into, like stakeholder interviews. And then we can also have like feature. It's like build out. What was the term? Just had it right there. Feature matrix. I feel like so much feature matrix, but like feature determination. I gotta think of a better word for that. And I think a good thing would be to kind of identify the user profiles. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay, so let's get some text here for this one. This is where we will determine everything that we need to build in your platform. The Maru, welcome. This channel is like a shared workspace. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Good to have you on board. Ever thought about adding some background music? That's funny. If you look back at the first videos, probably about for the first 3 weeks I was doing these, I did have background music because it was just kind of me talking to myself, basically. And then someone commented and they were like, I would watch this, but the background music is there, and then I can't deal with it, so I'm not watching it. And then I was like, yeah, fair enough. So I just stopped putting the background music on. So yeah, this is the thing too, is everyone's got their own thing. I would love it if I could listen to music, to be honest. And I might actually, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I might actually just figure out a way how I could just listen to music in my own ears. Because sometimes in some videos, I guess I talk a lot. And one of the point that this guy was making was that if I just want to listen to you talk and I just kind of have it in the background, then I could have my own stuff and my own music playing or whatever. So I don't know. So yeah. But yeah, especially like something like today where I'm just kind of thinking about what I'm going to be writing. So there's, I might not be talking as much. Well, yeah, no, that's absolutely kind of what it is. It's just kind of do your thing and what works best for me. But that being said, too, is, you know, if there's things that people here that are watching the stream that would like to see, you know, in the show or whatever, I'm all for seeing what I can do, right? So. All right. But yeah, we got to finish this proposal today because we got to send this thing off. Okay, so, right. This is where we determine everything that we need to build in your platform. So, stakeholder interviews. I'll just be listening and work on your stuff. Awesome. What, I'm just curious, because I haven't seen you comment here before. So what is it that you're working on? Are you building something, or are you just, yeah, I don't know. Just curious. Always good to see that other people out there, you know, trying to build their businesses or websites or companies or whatever the case may be. Always good to hear what other people are doing. But nice to have you here. Welcome. Passion project in WEBFLOW. Probably my first serious WEBFLOW website ever. Yeah. So, yeah. You'll get to know me. I love WEBFLOW, and that's kind of the basis of everything that kind of is revolving around my company right now. So, so yeah. Well, have fun. WEBFLOW is a great tool. It's a great tool until you need to do something that I can't do, and then it's like frustrating as hell. But yeah, it's good. You ever have any questions, just feel free to let me know. The components and stuff. Yeah. Cool. Right on. Yeah, I need to, there's lots of components that I'm still have yet to build. But these potential clients keep getting in the way. Keep wanting me to do work for them. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. User profiles. Here is where we get to know your users, or the types of users that you want to like have use your platform. Use your platform. Whoops. Okay, I gotta fix that. Never a bother, man. Never a bother. I appreciate, I always appreciate the comments, so thank you. Okay. I have to move this stuff out of the way here. Yeah, I remember I started this thing yesterday on Sunday. I think while everyone was busy watching the Super Bowl, here I am working away. What am I saying? Yeah, and then I was thinking, why am I not doing this in Figma? Yeah, anyways. Don't know. I think I will, because InDesign is, well, number one, I'm not good in it. I feel like it's pretty clunky compared to Figma. Okay. Here's where we get to know your users. Here we'll get to know the types of users that you want to have on your platform. Yeah, which will help guide the development to suit their needs. Something like that. Stakeholder interviews. I mean, here is where, I gotta stop starting this with the same, here's where, this is where. We can define understand and define the problems that we need to solve, that this platform needs to solve. It's like stakeholder interviews and just general discussions. Not sure exactly how to phrase that. Richard, hey, good to see you. Welcome. Adobe products are just clunky in general. Yeah, I'm writing proposals tomorrow for a potential upcoming project. Yeah, don't use InDesign. I think what it was is when I downloaded the sample project template from the future, it was an InDesign file. So I think like the application was just open. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just roll with it. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. And I think too, because I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on doing this proposal as well too, because I mean, there's only, like, I think typically if you're going to do a proposal for a client, even no matter what the cost is of like the project or the budget of what it's probably going to be or potentially going to be, I still think that it shouldn't take anything more than a couple hours to put together. So I've already spent I think 3 hours on this yesterday, 3-4 hours. So, but I think that's just the initial learning curve of figuring out how I was going to build this thing. But I think I also cut down a whole lot of time by just purchasing that template and just kind of seeing what was in it. And yeah, so this is a first for me. So we'll see. We're going to see how this is going to go. Okay, so. And yeah, I feel like, how am I going to like these layers and everything? Everything's just all over the place. Oh, this is trash. I don't know why I did this. Okay. So we have this part. Oh, that's interesting. You use Notion for your proposals. You use a little sneaky tracking if they read it. Well, yeah. I mean, do you typically find that you're sending proposals that people aren't reading? That would be crazy. And just to think inwards, if that were to happen, it's almost like I guess if you had something where you knew you're sending out proposals and a majority of them weren't getting read, it would almost be like thinking of going back to the drawing board and saying like, okay, what's wrong with my process in that people are asking me for proposals and I say I'm going to build one, but it ends up not being read or what have you. You know, those, I mean, red flags in those types of clients. Especially they claim that they are red, but they don't. Do you end up getting those projects? That's kind of the next interesting question that I would have. I feel like I'm talking way too much in this, like in the text. Like there's just too much stuff. Mm, so chat GPT. Yeah, I try. Yeah, if I get stuck, if I get stuck or I need some help, I think I will use chat GPT. But it's kind of funny. I remember I've used chat GPT on the stream, maybe, I don't know, not very often. Like out of what are we, episode 200 and what, 50 something, I've used it like maybe 5 times. And I remember there's one episode where just one day when I hadn't used it in a long time, like a really long time, and then I just opened it up because I was just trying to wordsmith some weird like one sentence, and then like right away I just get this comment from someone. It's just like, that's it. The second I see someone put chat GPT, I know that they don't know what they're doing, and then they just left. I was just like, okay. But anyways, that being said, and we're just talking about that afterwards, it's like chat GPT is a tool. It's how you use the tool, whether it's good or not. And it's a fantastic tool, but so I think I will probably get it to help me wordsmith some of the stuff here once we flesh it a little bit more. Anyways, yeah, I thought that was, I don't know, thought it was just pretty funny. I think some people struggle with Notion, I think. Yeah, and I would say, been lucky so far, around 80% are closed. But only do them for big projects more than small projects. Interesting. 80% close rate. I mean, that's a fantastic close rate. Nice job. Very nice job. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Notion. I'm not a big Notion user at all. In fact, I don't use it for anything. And I just played around with it for a little bit. And I was just like, ooh, this thing is pretty powerful. There's so much stuff you can do. But I haven't dug into it at all. I haven't had any need for it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something out there that will make sense for me to use it. Because I'd like to think of something that I could use it for, because I think it's a really, really cool tool. I just haven't found a good use for it. Yeah, huge time saver for sure. Do the proposal, send it to AI for proofreading. Yep. Yeah, I like that line of thought. Okay, so I think if we just have the title here, just talk real quick about this. And let's kind of compare it. Yeah, that might even be too much. Okay. So we'll do. So we'll have this on-site facilitation. Let's bring that font up a little bit. Control Alt C. Okay. And then we'll have kind of like the different points of what we're going to do. So there'll be an overview. I think. Whoop. About your project. about your project and stakeholders. Our goals and shape the direction of what we need to build. Okay, so that's the overview, and then we have stakeholder interviews. What text do we put for these guys? Oh man, writing is so not my strong suit. It just takes me so long to get stuff. Okay, hang on to that for a second. User profiles. And then we'll get to know I think the target. Here's where we get to know the types of users that you want to have use your platform. It's way too clunky. Here's where we get to know the types of users. No, it doesn't sound too good. I'll just say maybe. Now we get to know. We will define the key users of the platform. And identify potential pain points. Almost like the pain points that they have when they're trying to find the information that these researchers are trying to make available in this platform, right? Because at the end of the day, a website needs to solve a specific pain point for a user. Because this isn't going to be just so much of it's not an informational website. It's going to be some type of data platform-ish kind of website. So we have to figure out how the users get their information currently and what troubles they might be having, and then how could this platform do better so that, number one, we can disseminate that data in a way that makes the most sense for them and how they work. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. I kind of like that word, actually. Feature matrix. We'll steal it from these guys. Yeah. This is the heart of the project, where we will decide what functionality we will develop in the platform, right? This will lay out the final scope for the project. Right. Yeah, okay. The stakeholder interviews. I'm just not sure what to say about this. Where we can, not where we can, where we do. Overview. This will be a live in-person facilitated discovery session where we uncover deep insights about your project and stakeholders. I think we can leave this out because that's already talked about in this feature matrix. This will, I say this will help us identify key problems that we need to solve. I think that sounds pretty good. Key problems. Key or specific problems? Specific problems that we need to solve. So I think we could put, I like how they have, again, in the sample timeline or discovery phase or whatever, they have hours that are associated with each thing. So I kind of like that. So we're gonna take that as well and incorporate that. Into here. So stakeholder interviews, let's just say between 2 to 4 hours. User profiles, 1 to 2 hours. The feature matrix, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the big thing, but still it's not that much. But I guess what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is going to be no more than 1 day. Right, so 1 day. Oop. We can't see that. Why am I using this? Why am I using InDesign? There we go. So, because this could be as much as 10 hours, so we don't want that. So I think we'll say something like this. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 hours. So that's a day. Okay, that's good. I like that. I think here it's almost into learning about the objectives of the project and how here's how we learn about the objectives and and how the platform. I'm just going to write this down. Will help with the success of the project. Yeah, it's not exactly what I want to say, but it's something like that. Am I an MMA fan by any chance? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I like street fighting. Well, once upon a time I wanted to go to Thailand to actually do some Muay Thai. So I've done some Muay Thai. I've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu as well. So yeah, I love martial arts. It's awesome. So, but regarding MMA, I don't watch the feature, like the events or what have you. I just watch fights, after the fact on YouTube and stuff like that. So, yeah. I used to love watching all of St. Pierre's fights. That guy was awesome. He was awesome to watch. Good old Canadian boy. So your project is MMA related. So I was wondering if I could use you as a second pair of eyes. Did I put that on there? Absolutely. Yeah, happy to help. If you want to send me any links or what have you, yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to give you, or if you want, my opinion or whatever, happy to do that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it definitely does help too if you're building a project or someone's kind of helping you look and review something that they actually kind of understand the theme that the website is building. If you're making a hockey website and if someone's not a hockey player, they just might not get it. But that being said too, a website should be intuitive enough that even if someone is not, really into the scene or whatever the case may be of whatever the website is, that they should still be able to navigate and find the information that they want. Sometimes, not all. Depends on the project, but so the thing is, it's looking nice on 1728 by yes, that's like super specific. If your screen goes below 1728, it just collapses. But no, I totally get that too, especially if you're working on a large widescreen or whatever. Like I got my 4K monitor too, so everything's like whatever 28. What is 4K? 2860? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, then you got some stuff to clean up or whatever. Yeah, I mean, you design it and then you work on the responsiveness and stuff like that after the fact. So I totally get that. It's the default setting on the 16-inch on a Mac. So we got another Mac lover. Yeah, as you can see, obviously you can see here, I got Windows down here. Might be because I'm sensible. Not sure what that word is. Maybe I'm sensible. Yeah, or maybe I'm not. Yeah, that's why I don't have. That's why I don't have a Mac. Okay. So we'll have. So what is? Oh, I can't even press space. There we go. Space bar. Zoom out a little bit here. Just don't scroll too fast. My timing is not there yet. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, just send me a link or whatever. I don't think you can put any links on here. Just let me know when you'd want me to review it. If it's like later on or when it's ready or what have you. Just let me know. And let me, if you want me to do it here, like kind of live, real time, I can do that as well too. So whatever Whatever works for you. Right now, just as a second opinion. All right. And then if anybody else on the stream here has any comments as well, then yeah, you might get roasted by a few other people. I don't know. All right. So, right. We don't want to hyphenate this. So we'll kind of put this all in, and then I guess we're going to want to have something for the price, right? So this discovery will be this much. All right, so we'll throw the price here. Okay, and this is, I think we just need to call this, oh, what is this called? Oh my goodness, what the hell? Oh, what's the word? What is this thing called? Proposal? No, discovery. Jeez, discovery phase. Jeez. All right, discovery phase. And yeah, I'm going to move this out here as well. And let's duplicate this page. Actually, maybe I should design this first, and then we'll duplicate it, and then we'll put in the design content. The design and development. Okay. So, yeah, let's make this page look a little bit nicer here. I don't know my other titles. Let's have a look here. This is 30. Let's go with that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, on-site facilitation. So I think this we can make a little bit smaller, and then we'll maybe just medium. Bolden. See, these things I think should really be their own their own layers. Rolando, no apologies necessary. You're free to join this stream whenever you want. Why do I stipulate working hours in the proposal? Wouldn't it be counterproductive? I think for this one, it's only literally just for this discovery phase, because I just want them to know that, like, it's going to be a time commitment for them needing to be on site, so they can have an idea of how much time they might need to invest in doing this. And again, too, going over this, not this one. That's the wrong one. This template here. So from the guys at the Future, Chris Doe, I just purchased their perfect proposal kind of whatever templates, and this is what they do, at least just for this discovery phase, and I just really like it. I think it just makes a whole lot of sense to put a time limit on how long you're going to be there on site, and to make sure that they can get the specific people that I need to talk to, so we can kind of workshop and worksmith what this project is going to end up being and what it's going to look like, and just kind of put that final shape on everything. So yeah, I think it makes sense for me for this project, because I don't really know what the scope of the project is going to be yet, because it's still a little bit up in the air and it's confusing. And when I was asking the client or the potential client, what kind of data they're going to have, they're like, well, we don't even really know. So it's like, how can I build like a data platform if I don't know what data is going to be available, right? So, anyways, but yeah, and the whole idea is like, this is like, one day we'll go on site, we'll have this sit down, and we'll figure out exactly what the project is going to be, and just, yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. Does that answer the question? Right. Okay. So we got 18 point, I'm thinking we're going to do this just so I can have a little bit more control. We're going to put this here like this. All right. Then we can make copies. And we can have stakeholder interviews, 2 to 3. Whoops. Oh, this needs to be even longer. Overview, stakeholder interviews. We got user profiles, 1 to 2 hours. And feature matrix. That'll take 2 to 3 hours. Okay. I'll do that. Can I get my roast, please? Just a quick look. Don't have to go into detail. Did you send? Did you put the link somewhere, or did you email it to me? Where is the link? It's in the chat. I think the chat takes out links that you can't link. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't think you can share links in the chat. So send me an email. I just put my email address in the chat. I guess I just post it right here. Whoop. Right there. So just send me an email, and then I'll get that email, and then with the link. Okay, they made it. Oh, they made it complicated. It's almost impossible to establish a reliable proposal to know exactly what kind of platform you are going to create. In terms of the client made it complicated, well, I mean, that's kind of why they came to me in the first place, is because they don't really know exactly what they want to build and what they need to build. And because I've been working in the data, like scientific data space, for like over a decade, that I kind of know, I can kind of help them figure out what it is that they need to build. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I won't need any. I know I won't need any more than a day to talk to them and figure out what we want. And then it's going to be for them to figure out how much it is that they're going to want to spend in terms of how complex we're going to build this platform. I mean, if we even just start talking about metadata and how they're going to do that, that's could be a huge thing. And then we could start talking about how we want this platform to be able to take in new data. Is it going to be a manual process? Is it going to be completely automated? So many things could just blow up the whole cost of this project, out of the water. So those are the kinds of questions that I'm going to help walk them through as we're talking. Okay, email. Sorry, I want to take a quick pause here, and let's see if we can have a look at the website here. All right. So right off the bat, my thoughts. This is super clean. This is looking really, really good. I love how you have his text, whatever, like it's over top here, and it's just like cut out on the guy. Is this just an image? Oh, it's got. Hang on a second. Okay, I'll just scroll down more and okay, hang on. 5 title defenses. Okay, so let's scroll. Let's see what's going on. Striking accuracy. One thing I'll say about this page right here. Oh, hang on a second. You should do a Friday roast analyzing designs and web pages. That would be pretty fun. That would be really fun to do. I think I need to, build up a little bit of a bigger audience to have people kind of like submit their sites or what have you. But that would be really fun. It's too big. Well, you know what? You can't control people's browser sizes. It's one of the things about web. Looks a bit better on a smaller screen. Way too much space on here. I mean, yeah, see if this is too small here, we got some issues here with this text here being cropped up, and then the percentages and all these kinds of things. So just little things to tidy up there, as you're probably well aware. I can even see these things are going outside of these little squares or what have you. So I'll say I first see this page, the one thing that I'll say about this is I don't know where to look. Like my eye takes me like up here, this current rank, and then the image, and then I kind of have to go around to look at these kind of stats. And I just find I think that it would be better if all the stats were consolidated in one spot somewhere where I could look at all the stats and they're just kind of there. I could just peruse the stats easily, as opposed to kind of going, well, I guess the stats are on the one side and now it's like the rankings are on the other side. Yeah. So I love the tiles and I love the whole squares and everything that you're doing here. I think that's a really cool concept. But I might think about how we can tighten up where the information is so that the user doesn't get a little bit too pulled into too many different directions here as they're looking. Great animations, fantastic animations. Well done. Very well done. Yeah, this is great. This is really great. Is this supposed to be a button? I'd imagine it probably is. Hopefully it is, because it looks like a button. An order UFC 298, right? Rolando, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Don't easily identify the data. So it's overloaded a bit. Yeah. So, and yeah, it's something like with sports stats and stuff, it's actually, you have lots of leeway to figure out really cool ways of designing things. But I think if you tighten it up and keep it in one area, I think that'll just make it that stronger. Great choice of font as well too. Looks really nice. I'll say, okay. Mixed culinary arts. Cooking with Volk. I'm curious. Is this, yeah. So we got all this stuff with food now. Well, let me just keep strolling. Watch on YouTube. Is Volk, is that like the same guy or a different person? Where does this take you? Smash burgers. For this page, trust me, the tiles look way better once I do the large screen adaptations. Yeah, no, I believe it. I know. So, you know, take everything that I say with a grain of salt, right? I'm just some random guy off the internet. So he has a food YouTube channel. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I would try. I like how you have these. I really like this transition here. This is really nice. And this part looks awesome too. Like with the steak in this video. I like that looks so good. I just want to click to just kind of see. Actually, I want steak now. So that looks really good. So really good assets there. I feel with this grid, how you have these like blog posts or what have you, I'd imagine that they might be clickable at some point to maybe get to a post. Oh, Israel, here he is. Cool. And you have 5 of them. I'd almost think if they were the same size and you had 2 of them that were stacked and offset, and then you had 2, and then you just like the one here and then this one down below, and then just kind of stack them, and they were of the same, the images were the same square. I feel like that might help tighten it up a little bit and be a little bit more cohesive with the other squares on the side, how everything was kind of the same kind of squares, right? The same size. They'll float in offs relative to one another. Okay, so you're going to have other stuff you're going to do with it? Okay, fair enough. Where your support? I would say for this, it would be really cool if when you hover over top of it, that if you have a little bit more of the, like maybe the buttons all went white and then the text itself went red. I mean, this looks fantastic. It looks really great. But if there's a way to just kind of put a little more oomph in these hovers, that would be really, really cool. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. This is a really the sizing is off. Listen, I could see exactly where you're going with things. And I get the sizings off or whatever. Don't even worry about that. This looks really good. This is really tight. I think yeah, this is a fantastic site. So yeah, Rolando, my eyes had to explore too much space. Like it overwhelms me not knowing where to look. And I think that has to do with the fact that he hasn't really designed this for the full screen just yet. So he's probably just have some things that he's going to need to tighten up in the design. But overall, I like where you're going. I like the direction. Like your choice of fonts and how you have things styled fits perfectly with like with the theme, like with MMA and sports. So it's a really, really good choice. No, I like it. It always helps when you have really good assets to work with. So I won't go into looking at everything like in different browser sizes or whatever. Oh, that was okay. Let's call the arts. the one thing that I'll say is, I guess, if you don't know this guy and then all this food kind of comes in, then you're like, huh, I thought I was on an MMA site. So I don't know if there's something that you might want to say in terms of like how this is transitioning from like, hey, here's this guy and here's the stats. And then like it's just like, for me, it just threw me off because I didn't know. And I don't know if I'm not the target market, right? So, but I like it. I wonder, let me just, yeah, it's a lot tighter here. I was going to say they don't look, if they were tighter, it'd be better, but I think, yeah, because my monitor's so wide. Yeah, this looks much better. Yeah. No, looks good. When you get into smaller screens, maybe the heights of these, they might be a little bit too high, but that's like nitpicking. I'd have to kind of see what it looks like on a phone. And if, yeah. No, this looks really good. The only thing for me is there's just a lot of scrolling. That's the only thing that sucks. And maybe having a like a little button that's like a back to top, that might be helpful as well too. So I don't have to go back and scroll. And there's no, because I can't even grab a sidebar or anything like that to like really bring myself back up. I guess I can go page up or whatever. But yeah, looking good. I like it. My mom's transition to cooking. I love it. Oh, sorry. I didn't inspect with mobile. It'll all be correct. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but it's looking good. It's looking good. So Rolando loved it. The transition from MMA to cooking. I loved it. Yeah. It's just, again, for me, if you don't know that, it's like, oh, what is this? What's going on here? But then you can easily just kind of get to know the guy, and he's the one he's doing cooking or whatever. So cool. That's awesome. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. My pleasure. Need some MMA fan feedback. Yeah. No, it's good. It's a really good site. Well done. Well done. There's a thanks to Rolando as well. Awesome. All right. So let's get back to proposal writing. Okay, where was I? All right. Oh, yes. Making this kind of into that's one thing. So let's, I don't know, can we duplicate one here? Let's delete all of this junk. Yeah, working with these text fields and everything is, yeah, it's just such a pain in the butt. Such a pain in the butt. Okay. Get rid of that one. And duplicate this for the last time. Okay. Yeah, auto layout is like, now that I finally kind of figured out auto layout in Figma, Like not having it in here is just like ridiculous. This is like so ridiculous. All right. So, and someone who's probably actually good with InDesign is probably just pulling their hair out at my utter stupidity with this program. Overview. Stakeholder interviews. User profiles. And feature matrix. Do you think you should put the discovery stage a level of importance, critical, for example? Well, I mean, everything is critical. I guess, you mean like, should I say something in the text beside it, being like, hey, this is critical? I mean, like it has to be done. Like everything in this proposal is going to have to be done. The only thing that's up for debate or that's going to change is what the scope of work is going to be after we get this discovery phase done. So, and if you want to work with me, like you can't take out the discovery phase. So, so I think there's just going to be some text somewhere, and it might just even be in the email that I send out. It just might say like, hey, listen, like, you know, we're going to go through a proper discovery phase to make sure that we get the requirements down of exactly what it is that you need, exactly what the problem is that we're solving, and we'll work together to scope out the project to make sure that it fits within your budget. And kind of like everything just all needs to be done. So yeah, so I don't think I need to put anything that outlines specifically on this page that like, hey, this is like a priority. Okay, so there's no easy way to even, how do I get the distance between these two like layers? So I have this one and this one. I think there's got to be, I'm pretty sure there was something to do in here where you can identify the space between all of them. Where? What's this button? Quick apply? No. Yeah. Okay. After this is done today, guys, I'm going to convert this to Figma. Because this is killing me. Okay. And I think I'll just put the price here at the bottom. Let's look at this page here. Yeah, I like this. I think this will work. Maybe increase the number of days of work in a stage to make it look more important. Yeah, well, so I can't do that because there's no way I'm going to spend more than a day on this. So like I won't do that. But here in Mexico, people haggle any budget. Yeah, and to be honest, like for me, I'm at the stage of my career where if someone's gonna haggle me for the price, like the price is the price. If you don't like it, then you can just like you're more than happy to go somewhere else. Like I know how much my time is worth, and I know that for this, like it's not going to be me. I'm going to have one or two other people that is going to come with me on this project, because it's not going to be something that I'm going to do on my own. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, are you worried too that you're going to think that they're not going to know that it's important? Like, it's key. Like, I guess I'll say something, definitely in the email to the client, to let them know that, hey, you know, this is a really important part of the process. And this is how we can get to, basically the heart of the problem. We go. And this one. There's got to be a better way to get the right spacing in between, but is it going to snap? No, it's not even going to snap. I hear what you're saying, Rolando, but I'll let you know how it goes. If I get any pushback from the client. But for me, in the way that I like to work, I don't really see a need to do that. Maybe on the side here does. No, that's stupid. Okay, so let's duplicate. Oop. Now let's duplicate this one. Duplicate spread. Did that get duplicated? It did. Okay. And now this is design and development phase. Might be another. I might do something better to design this a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see what I can come up with. Okay, so design and development. What are the different things that we're going to do for this? So I think we're definitely going to have wireframe. We're going to have like a prototype. That's the word I'm looking for. Prototype. And well, actually, do we even say prototype? No problem at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's going to be a bunch of differences based on, like there's definitely just for sure going to be cultural differences, 100%. But I haven't had anybody yet, for the people that I've worked with, like really nitpick on pricing. So it's just kind of like, it is what it is. And then that's that. But maybe I haven't gone into the really, really high numbers where we're getting close to, 50,000, 100,000 for a project. They'd be like, oh, well, where can we shave off, $10,000 or $15,000? They should pay an extra $5,000 just for writing this proposal. InDesign looks like torture. I think this is my fault. This is totally my fault. I'm not good with this program. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Well, I did. I was thinking that the one that I got, the template, was an InDesign. So I'm like, oh, it makes sense. I'll use InDesign too. But yeah, this is like taking up way more time just laying stupid text out. And no one pays for proposals anyways. That's the whole thing. That's why in my head, or what I was saying at the start, is that a proposal should take no more than like 2 hours. Just like swap out the text based on, the client. And then kind of away you go. It shouldn't take this long, but that's just me being silly. You're doubling down now by not switching to Figma. Should I switch right now? I mean, I'm almost done. Well, am I almost done? I need to do this design and development phase. And then I don't even think I'm going to put the service and rates in. And I just need to make a timeline. And that's it. And then I just need to update images and whatever. And I don't even know if I need this. Because at this point, you know, I just need to get this thing out the door. Yeah, I'm doubling down. I'm stubborn. Okay, let's do. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Not because I think it's doubling down, but I just think it's going to be faster for me to finish it here. And then move on. Right, so design, yeah. So we're gonna wireframe, we're gonna prototype, and I guess like I don't know, like UX UI design. It's so vague and people don't care. What should I say? Why don't I just use Word? It's text. Yeah, well, initially I was thinking of like I'm going to want to make it look like I want to be very I want to have complete control over the layout in terms of having images and stuff like that. And I was going to do some it's definitely going to evolve into something that has more and more graphics associated with it. So yeah, I think Word would be good, I guess, just for text. Because it is mostly just text. You're right. But eventually it is going to be something that I'm going to want to have like a really nice design thing that can really, you know, help me stand out from the crowd, I guess you can say, right? So I'm just taking a look at this other proposal just to see kind of what they have written down here. Marketing, yeah, we're not doing that. It's almost the same, just wireframing, prototype, yeah. Wireframing and prototype, and then we're going to just do the, like just the development. That's just the platform development. And that's it. Okay, so platform or wireframing. So discovery. So I don't think we need to put, there's no time period on this one. So this is just kind of what we're doing. Okay, so let's write our stuff for our wireframing. Okay. So we can just talk about after we gather all information from our why can't I get this word? What is this word? Discovery phase. My goodness. Our discovery phase. We will put together, we will design a, what do we call it? Almost like, just a wireframe, which will act as a bare bones version of what the platform will look like. That's almost where we'll do lots of testing. Well, mock-up question mark. Are you saying like where I'm going to be building mock-up? Yeah, I guess that's in the prototype phase. So we'll wireframe out the whole application and kind of have a general idea of how all the pages are going to like relate with one another. And then when the prototyping phase is just almost like that's where you're like actually doing the designing and then the user interface. Yeah, that's where we'll go into Figma and we'll actually start building this thing out. And then from there, then we actually code it and build it. So those are kind of just the 3 steps that are kind of standard in how I like to work anyways. Richard, you can roast my Notion proposal template starting point if you want. I'd love to see what you got going on in Notion for that. Like if you have anything to share in terms of like, yeah, what it looks like. And like, does Notion spit out? Yeah, I don't even know. I have no idea what it looks like, so I won't say anything. Yeah, do feel free to share and then we'll check it out. But I do like, if you're kind of like a creative person like I am that like really likes to have nice graphics and stuff like that in the proposal, this thing here, I mean, I think it costs like $60 US for this. Is really good. So it offers some really good insights. And there's like a 1-hour video where this guy kind of just talks about like what to put in the proposals and how to handle clients and potential objections and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, it was pretty good. It was money well spent, at least for me, in terms of saving time, figuring out what I should put in the proposal. All right, email sent. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got. Forming essentials, master proposal template. So is there, I'm just trying to think now. Like, do you have a look of what the client sees? Anyways, let's just go look on this. So proposal will expire. So this would be what the user would see. This is just the, so this is just the base point. I can get more in depth. Yeah, this is what I'll see. Okay, cool. So one sec here. So with the mock-up thing, I meant more like adding in between wireframe and prototype, like an extra step that adds value. So what would you do? Like, how would you build this mock-up, and how is that different? This could just be a vocabulary thing or just what we're calling things. Yeah, I'm just curious as to, for you, a mock-up, like how would you build it and what entails that? And for me, like from wireframe, I go straight to like design and into the yeah, just right into the prototype and actually building out all the pages. Skinned wireframe, like a static design versus like clickable. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I but you can also make wireframes that have that kind of functionality built in as well too, right? So it's an interesting point. I see what you're saying. I'll put some thought into that. See if there's any way that I can work any that in, or if I even need to put it in. I don't think it needs to be put in the proposal because you don't need to be that specific. Anyhow, sorry. One more comment here. We'll get to the Notion template. After the discovery phase, We will select based on the information collected and the SEO study that we make the most convenient structure and design to transmit the important info of your business. Oh, so I think, Rolando, I think you're offering up some good text content that I could put in there for structure and design to transmit important info of your business. Yeah. Okay. Oh, who's doing an SEO study? Oh man. No, that's good. I think I like what you're saying there. So we'll work that in. Let's get into this template here for a second. Yeah. So basically, it looks like 4 steps versus 3, even though the mock-up is actually the prototype. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay. Master proposal template. First and foremost, thank you for your interest in working with forming essentials on your project. Below is a breakdown of the various sections of our proposal. If you have any questions, it's really cool how, because you're using this Notion template, that you can actually interact with the client like on through here, as opposed to just getting like a Word document, which is kind of really cool. So then we click on this. Project scope is the design phase. So we both have a visual agreement. Working together in designing a sitemap with the new pages, or well, I guess you input that. Full development. Using Mast. Development. So I guess you just add in the total number of pages. And then if they have any questions. And then this is information that they need to put in if they, like these are the assets that the client is meant to give to you. Website copy. Help with finding cookies. 20% tax. So how do we go back? I guess we can click here. Start date, end date. Hour support. I guess it gets populated in here. Just starting note points. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Timeline. Project goals. I really like the fact that a user can click through each of the different sections and get to the relevant information. That's really cool. So I think with this, if I'm correct in assuming this page, like you're not going to list off the things that you're using that they're not going to care about, but just listing the things that they need to have access to. Like, for example, if you're going to use Trello, I think I saw it. Yeah. If you're using Trello or like Loom or something like that, so that they can have access to videos or what have you. And then everything else is just like just kind of hidden because they don't care what stock you're using for, you know, for images and all that kind of stuff. At least I wouldn't think so. I don't see you using pixel pieces in here. How come, how come that's not part of your tools? Oh, geez. This is having testimonials is really, really cool. That's really cool. And then you can have images of them as well too. That's cool. That's really cool. Info on WEBFLOW. yeah, this is cool. Give them information so that they know that, I guess, like why you've chosen this platform and the benefits of it and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool having that there. Useful links for advanced builds. I really like the concept. Correct. Just understanding my tech stack. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's for the tools thing. Yeah. So well, no, I just making fun. Just making fun. I know for me, like I need to have more. I need to have more components on there. That's just a given because it's just not quite there yet. So, which is why I haven't been promoting it yet. So I think this is really cool. I think this is an innovative way of being able to put together a proposal for a client. The question that I would have is, how do clients respond to this? And how do they like it? I imagine they would like it quite a bit. Like I know for me, the way that I like to work on things, I don't particularly like the layout of Notion and kind of how it looks specifically, but that's just me being some really, really pretentious designer that wants to have complete control over how everything looks and how my brand is, from, how I answer the phone, how do I talk to clients, and the information that I send them and how I work with them. Like I want to control that whole experience, almost like how Apple controls every process they have. So that's just my own thing, but that has nothing to do or to say about how this is and how this is structured. Like this is like fantastic. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, and already like Brent is asking, can I get access to this Notion? So Brent, this is Richard's. So this isn't mine. So you'd have to ask him. And if he wants to share. This is actually a really great idea. I really like it. This is really cool. Watch this. And you could have links to things. Yeah, this is actually really cool. Good job. Good work. Rolando, instead of Notion, you could start developing it in your own website, such as a proposal section or something like that, for something in the future, of course. I think I've seen... oh, excuse me. Now I'm talking too much. I think I've seen people that have their own internal tools where they put their, like, all their interactions with their clients or whatever are inside their own, whatever web interface, which would be a really cool way to do it. That takes a lot of time to develop that stuff, I would imagine, to develop those processes. But that's cool. I love it. Is this, can you, I guess with this, you would have to make this template, or not, it's not even template. I don't even know what it's called. Like if you share like a Notion, like, is it a base? I don't even know what it's called, but I guess you could make them private or shareable or something like that. This would be really cool. I like it. I like it. One thing, what I'm trying to think of. There could, I would say there might be, let's see, hang on, project proposal and cost. The one thing that I think you might want to consider putting in here, hang on, you can make them private and allow the client to comment and edit. No, I just mean like if you want to actually share this whole Notion template or whatever with somebody else, like say I was like, hey, I want to use this for Pixel. Can I have this or whatever? Like, how can you share that stuff? I just don't know how that works with Notion, but I imagine there's people are like, oh yeah, just click here to copy this Notion template or whatever, and away you go, which is kind of cool. Right. The one thing that I think that is missing here is an overall, just like a sentence or two or a paragraph or two, just reiterating the problem that the customer is trying to contact you to solve, just so that you can reiterate to them that you've listened to them, you had a quick call or whatever, you heard what they had to say, and then you can reverbalize the problem that they're having, and then they'll kind of know like, yes, this guy understands and he heard me, he knows what I'm trying to solve, and he's the right person for it. So it's almost like an intro thing or what have you. Yeah, but that's just kind of my opinion on that. And like, I'll just say here, like where I have in my proposal here right at the start is, how could I move this thing? So hello, whatever the person's name, it's great speaking with you, learning about whatever. I haven't rewritten this at all, so I just kind of put this in here. But it's like, here is kind of the problem that they're trying to solve. So I need to articulate this in a much better way. And then I'm having, okay, so you're going to learn as you read this, and yours is like, click through the rest of the points to be able to understand, how we're going to tackle each section of the project or whatever. So this is how we're going to tackle this project, and what I'm going to do for you. Yeah. So anyways, that's just the one kind of thing that I would suggest. Yeah, I definitely like this idea. Cool. All right. So that's the thing that I always try to consider or to keep in mind as I'm learning all about sales and learning how to be like a better salesman and all that kind of stuff. But I think for most people, like, people want to think and know that they're heard. So that when you mirror things back to people, when you demonstrate that, yes, you were listening and that you understand them, it's like, it's already kind of above and beyond. Like, when, if you're having a customer service call with somebody, you're on the lot, you're on hold, you're waiting. And then it's like, you have to explain it to one person, you got to explain it to the next, and you just feel like they don't care. Yeah, it's just such a bad customer experience. And it's like, I'm never going to pay money to you again. But then you get to somebody that's kind of refreshing. That's like, oh, you actually listen to what I have to say. You remember my name. You remember all these little things. They're small, but it can make a really big difference. Okay. Design and development phase. We'll finish this. Oh, it's 5:00. I feel like I don't want to. Yeah, I can't leave. I can't have supper until this is done. We've got to get this done. Yeah, I guess I add these to the project goals, but an upfront message allows them to skim the goals. Yeah, and I mean, the message as well, it could come in the form of just the email that you send to them to send them the link to the project. The only downside to that would be is if they have other people on their team that they'll also send the proposal to, and they might not get that message, right? So they might not get that kind of personal connection. The other thing I think to consider would be, is this printable? Like, how would, in Notion, can they just easily print off the whole proposal? Because I just imagine a scenario where I've had to do this plenty of times when I was working at, different jobs at the universities, that we would have different proposals that would come in and we'd print them off, and then we would discuss them. So we decide on which quote that we would go for, or which proposal would be the one that we want. So to make your whole proposal easily printable is something that might end up being important, depending on the types of clients that you're trying to work with, right? So, and I don't know how Notion handles that, especially if there's like multiple pages, right? So. Just one maybe little thing to consider there. But I don't know if that benefit outweighs like the benefit of having something online that they can interact with, which is, again, super cool, right? Which you can't do with just a stupid PDF kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that. And if Notion could do that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. And I don't know how often that would come up. I mean, I don't think that would be like a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. But, if you're getting into these bigger quotes where, that the organization is going to, they're going to have to get 3 quotes or whatever, that they're kind of shopping around. They're going to probably want to just like compare them side by side or whatever, right? So they might just have to print that out and discuss amongst the team. Okay, wireframing. After we gather all information, I don't know where you can start. What is Orlando was saying there? So notes. Oh, I like that text too. I think. Let's see. We will organize all ideas into a wireframe. Yeah. Which will act as a bare bones like version or copy of what the final platform will look like. Something like that. Right. Okay. Prototype. And that is, I guess, I mean, it's just kind of actually designing. We got to say something about search engine optimization. I think will be good to throw in there. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the I think. So this is going off your comments there, Maru, in terms of if we should throw in a fourth step here. I'm just trying to think of like the difference between a wireframe. I guess we could just we could make it because one would be a clickable like wireframe. And then the other one would be like a clickable prototype that's just like designed, right? I might just be splitting hairs here. So, platform development. We could do this. Clickable wireframe. And then prototype And then this is clickable like design. Because that would be the big Figma one. I mean, I guess they would both be Figma. Maybe I should say wireframing and copy. Or maybe we'll just say copywriting. Actually, it's bare bone copy. It's not of what the final site would look like. It's absolutely not what it'll look like. A copy of the structure of the platform. I don't even know if that's the right word. Structure. A basic, maybe we'll say this, a basic outline. And containing the site copy. Something like that. Remember the insights from discovery phase. We will organize all ideas into a wireframe, which will act as a basic outline containing site copy. All right, this one's this wireframe will outline the entire user flow. The entire user flow and how a user will interact with the platform. This will inform. This will inform us, like, it's basically how we're going to place everything. User experience. UX. Interact and navigate within the platform. I don't like how this is written. The wireframe will outline the entire user flow. Will be frame is interactive. Allowing us to outline user journeys user journeys and interactions Interactions. User journeys. Use cases. And inform the information architecture. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I'm going to say something like, here's where the magic happens or starts to take shape. Where user, not user, visual design meets user experience. We will develop, do you want to say, like this is where we actually develop all the look and feel? Develop the look and feel. The look and feel of the platform, including do we want to say anything about the actual assets? Including all like all illustrations, graphics, images that we will create / provide. Something like that. Usama, thank you. Wish you the best of luck this upcoming project. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed that it goes well. I have a pretty good feeling that we're probably going to land the project, but we'll see. You never know. But I'm going to be submitting this. I'm going to email this to the prospective client tomorrow morning. So, yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But thank you. I really appreciate that. Well, so first of all, with the price on this one, I think we're gonna go. Oh God, this stupid. Why did I use InDesign? 25,000 to 50,000, depending on the scope. That we will create. And create or provide. I don't know if if that sounds a little bit too weird. So once all the visual design has been approved, we get to work writing code to develop the entire platform. Like as designed. I think we can just add a little bit more personality. Here's where we put our heads down, and dive deep into writing code to build the platform. Yeah. I could say something about like the technical cool tools that we will use. Is that we will use will be decided on after the what the hell is it called? The discovery phase. Discovery phase. I'll say all our hard work leads up to creating the final deliverable. And the final. The final. Using the right technical tools for the job. To be decided upon after the discovery phase. Right, so we need to know that for sure. We need to know what we need to build first before we decide on what tools we're going to use. So that makes sense to have that there. And I think we're going to have testing and launch. we'll run through a rigorous testing process to ensure the functionality of the platform is working at 100%, and that the website works on all platforms or on all devices. Mm-hmm. Where do we put stuff about search engine optimization, accessibility? Let's say something like this. Every website that we develop goes through I basically want to say something here that when we build something, we keep accessibility. We always make sure everything is accessible. We always keep that in mind. We always keep SEO in mind. Yeah, those are the things I'm trying to think about. Hey, thanks. I'm just trying to finish this, but yeah, okay, thanks. What is it? It smells good. She's gone. Supper time, but I gotta finish this. No food until the work is done. I could say maybe accessibility. Accessibility. Search, that's not spelled right. Search engine optimization and mobile responsiveness. You know what? This isn't the spot to put it. I don't think this makes any sense to put it here. We got 100% on all major browsers and like operating systems. We will also ensure that the website okay. We'll run through a rigorous once the platform has been built, it's time to test it in the real world. We'll run through a rigorous testing process to ensure the platform works on all major browsers and operating systems across all devices as well. I'll say on all major browsers, operating systems, and devices. There we go. I think that there we go. That works well. And then there's one last thing. Actually, hang on. Let's move that. So we'll say ongoing support and maintenance. Or no, let's go training. Yeah, training and ongoing support. So once the platform has been launched, we'll provide the we'll provide training to the appropriate staff on how to use and update the site. The level of ongoing support needed will be dependent on the complexity of the platform. The level of ongoing support needed will be dependent on the complexity of the platform. Well, which was decided upon in the decision matrix, right? And yeah, maybe we'll just leave it at that. Okay. I'm going to run out of space. Oh, wait. I might not. Let's do this. I was grabbing some food. What did I miss? Just me talking away and just plugging away, just writing this out. Not much. Not much. My wife came in and told me that supper was ready. And then I said, I can't. I have to work. Got to finish this first. Work first, then eat. Breaking the steps down. I like it. Yeah, no, I was just thinking about, I don't know if you heard me when I was saying I was thinking about what you were saying, and like, yeah, it just, I think it'll help the client understand a little bit more about what exactly the internal process looks like. Or at least the internal stuff that's in my mind that is like, well, I've built like hundreds of websites before, so it's like breathing to me, but to other people it's not. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Since this is the expensive page where it's not, you don't throw in like 2 words. It's like, yeah, we build here's where we build the site. 50 grand. Yeah, and I feel like this might even be too low. It really depends. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot where they're going to want to develop something really complex that's going to take just a whole lot of time, which means it's going to take a whole lot of money. So we'll see. Always leave them with options to go higher if they want to pay more. Well, this is the thing. So it is, but I don't expect them to take it. It's like if you ever listen to Alex Hormozy, he talks a lot about this, about price anchoring, where you give them the really high price and then you let that sink in for a second. And then you go down, like way down in price, and they're like, oh, well, that's not so bad. So if you're like, okay, well, that's going to be $75,000. Or maybe, we could do it for 25. Or, then it's like, oh, well, 25, that's a lot cheaper than 75. So maybe let's go with that. So, but the absolute minimum for this project is going to be 30K. The minimum. Yeah. But it really depends. I think the reason why I have it such a wide range is because I'm not 100% sure on how complex this project is going to be. And it's not just a simple website too. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but the sheer fact that you can start with 25K is just awesome. Again, because it's more going to be like a data platform as opposed to just a simple website. So everything is going to be custom with this. And it's really going to depend on exactly what they want it to do. Okay. So we have the discovery phase. We have the design and development phase. I did tell them it wasn't going to be 60. So I don't know. No, I think we're good there. I think we're good there. Okay, so we have the title, we have the intro, we have this thing. It's just a little bit about us, which is probably where this picture should be. Yeah, we'll combine these 2 pages, which makes the most sense. Partial client list, our capabilities, discovery phase, design and development phase. I think the last thing we want to do is to make a timeline, and we're going to make it, where's my sample? Let's get out the sample timeline. Aha, something like this. We'll just, kind of copy this. I really like this. Yeah, we'll break it, and we'll break it down a little bit. Okay, let's build this. How the hell are we going to do this in InDesign? Okay, layers. No, pages. Can I put this here? No, I don't want it like that. Can I just move up? Move pages. Move page 11 after page 8. Okay, did that work? Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Good luck doing that in InDesign. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, this is gonna suck. Yeah, there's no way around it. It's gonna suck. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's just do this. Okay, we know that. Okay. So I think we can start. What month are we right now? We're February. So let's say we start this project in March. We'll throw that as our first date. We'll start. Okay, give me guidelines here. Create guides. I want how many columns? Say this is going to be. I think we could make this a 3-month project. I think that's a reasonable time frame. I hope. No, 3 months is a good timeline. So 3 months. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. I want 5 columns. So let's go 5 columns. No gutter. And fit to margins. There you go. Ah, shit. Okay, let's do that again. Create guides. Remove existing ones. That should just be by default. Like, why would I want more? Okay. So maybe I could prepare it as an asset and then import the SVG. Like in Figma, you mean? Probably, maybe. Listen, I'm gonna be stubborn. I'm sticking here. I'm sticking with this. Then yes, you can rightfully mock me. It's just gonna be a square. I mean, they're just squares, so it's not too bad. Famous last words. March, April, May, and June. Ooh, June. And come on. And then we'll have discovery. What else do we have? Oh. I think we have discovery. Yeah, we'll put discovery and then we'll put. I think then we'll put design. Ooh, I know why you might want to have multiple guides, because I want to create some up and down. And maybe something like this. There we go. Okay. Discovery. Oh. Design. And we'll go development. And then we'll go launch. Yeah. Right. So Looks pretty good. So if we do a square or a rectangle, it's hard to, it's not like, yeah, it's not snapping or anything like that, which kind of sucks, but can we do text inside the rectangle? I think we can. So we're just going to call this discovery. And let's all caps. Maybe that size is good, but maybe let's make it almost bold. And I think, how do we center it inside this thing? Okay, that's one alignment, but we also want it to be in the middle, right? So I think there's another thing here to align vertically. Where the hell is it? I know there's a vertical align somewhere. I've used it before. Where the hell is it? Is it character? Paragraph maybe? Ugh. Oh, why am I using InDesign? This is indenting. Oh, come on. Okay. InDesign, how to vertically align text in a shape. Type. That's horizontally. Click object, select text frame options, and vertical justification. Object, text frame options. Locate vertical justification. Well, oh, here it is. Center? Preview? There we go. Okay. That was annoying. All right. I want no stroke, but we want to put it in. I need the appropriate color. Let's get, I actually don't want this one. Let's go here. Let's get our blue color, which I cannot remember offhand. Yeah, this one. Okay. Go back here. That's not the color. That's a different color. It's not using, what is it using? Unless did I not? No, I didn't copy that right. Well, what the hell? Yeah, I want this color. So I click OK, and it's not changing. What the hell? The proposal doesn't work. You always pursue a career in publishing. Yeah, that'll be the day. This computer is about to get thrown out the room. Okay, well, it's updating the color. All right, well, you know what? Let's just pick a color because it doesn't like the blues. I hit OK. Oh, very strange. All right, the text. I'm not thinking how this is going to work in print. Oh, I just want white. Okay, we got discovery. And then we're going to start design. And then we have our different, oh, there, it's up here. We have our different blocks, right? Wireframe and copywriting. And right, it's not clear who's going to be responsible for the copywriting. That's something we'll have to work out those little details. Wireframe, just wireframing. Say that. I mean, I don't think it's going to take, it's not going to take that long. Wireframe. And then we have prototype. I got the two different kinds, right? Prototype wireframe. And then design. Don't hyphenate. And then prototype design. And then we have basically a long time for development. And then smaller time for testing. And then we have another training, like, and support. Yeah. I think that's good. I think what we can do, we can make this a little bit bigger in the sense that I just want to get the scope, or just to show that the discovery, yes, it's only going to be done one day, but then there's lots of time of synthesizing all that information and then figuring out what it is that we want to do. Well, no, I guess we are going to figure it out kind of there, what we're going to build. Yeah, no, maybe it doesn't have to be that big. We can just have it a little bit smaller. No, I think that's good. That's good there. Okay. So we have discovery. And we have our wireframing. And how much time is that going to take? You could derive the relative proportions from the pricing amounts. I think I would say to that, I would say yes and no. Because some things aren't always, they're not always a function of price or of like how much time it's going to take, right? You know, a discovery, if that's done in a day, I mean, but yet it could be like 20% of the whole budget. It's not, I don't think it's proportionate to have the discovery in such a little small amount. Actually, I don't know. I guess I need to put a little bit more thought into it. But I just worry about if you try to fit things too much in terms of like, well, this is just how long it's going to take just because of how expensive it is. I don't know. It doesn't always, like, the outcome isn't always based on time. And that's where, I mean, I guess the way that I price things is I try to price, for the most part, it's value-based pricing as opposed to like hourly pricing or how much time it's going to take. Because it's really all about the results that I give my clients, not how much time I spent working on something. So they're not always proportionate. But also, all this thing being said is that I just need to get this thing done. And like how long these bars are not really that important in the grand scheme of this proposal. It's just to give a general idea and a sense of how long the project is going to take. Yeah, it makes sense. Cool. Okay, so let's take this. Let's get this thing home. Let's put this prototyping in a different color. Should we still use dark colors? Because I don't even like how this thing does colors. Like, what the hell is going on here? Maybe, let me take, see, now it's even hard for me even to stay like on brand in terms of what my colors are. Because it's not even copying the colors right. Like if I take this color, is it gonna... Okay, that one goes okay. That's almost too much. It's almost gonna look like they're gonna stand out. I like the other one. Let's just do it simple. Let's go with grays. Although, where the hell are the grays here? Oh God. Okay, you know what? We want to go with grays, I said, right? So let's just go simple. Simple, old school. Okay. Let's just review this here for a quick second. Yeah, this is interesting. It has some overlap here based on the different things that can be done simultaneously, which is really cool. Okay. I was just looking at the spacing from top to bottom from these things. So I think what we can do is just 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. And if we did this one a little bit lighter. So let's go, what's light? Something like this. And then put the text back to black. And then this will be testing and training is kind of happening simultaneously. So you'll go dark. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. I want it same color as the prototype wireframing. Yeah. Oh. There we go. See, that was painless, except for the fact that it was a whole lot of pain. But we still want to do a couple things here. Let's put a line through. And we want to make this pretty light. Or, well, just medium. Let's go like this. What does that look like? Yeah, that looks good. Very painful. Yeah. All right. So I want you guys to skirt over a couple pixels. And you, I'm just going to copy you to here. That didn't work, did it? Where's the layer? Is this it? Yeah, this is it here. Just grab it. And I just zoom in a bit. Okay, it's copied. And copy it again. And copy it one last time. There. Zoom out. Okay, good. And I guess one last line. From here to here. And I'm just going to eyeball this. Actually, no, I could get it spot on. There we go. And what color did I have it again? I don't remember. Was it D? I think it was A. I think so. Yeah, that's the same. Good. Duplicate. And duplicate again. And I think we could leave it open at the bottom. Yeah, that looks decent. I think I'll take these. Which lines? These ones. And I'll make it a little bit smaller. Like this, and bring this down a little bit. Then we'll go 420. Let's go to 390. Oh wait, 420 to 450. That'll be 30 pixels. Oh, and actually, I should take this line, and this line, and extend these. Oh, don't hold down Shift. Just extend them to here. Oh, there we go. Okay, this page is not going to be a page because the costs are already written down. Delete. Contains objects. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, this one's going to be gone as well. Okay, let's review. Actually, let's fix this page. Okay. A silly smirk on my face. I can't really move you more to the side unless I make it, oops. If I make the picture bigger, maybe I can. So I can take the text here. And then I'll put this one here too. And I'll just say something like, hello, welcome to Pixel, but then we'll just make it a lot smaller. Oh, exclamation mark. These lined up against each other. I think so. That's what, yeah. Should I line it up against the wall there? Oh, I don't know. This might be too cheesy. This might be too cheesy. But then it also adds the personal flair, some personality to it. Yeah, I'll keep it for now. And let's delete this one. Okay. So we have the title page. This hello, this text needs to, oh, what did I do here? Oh, this deck. Did I add some spaces? Okay, this is who we are. This is who we've worked for. Here's our capabilities and all the different things that we can do. Here's the discovery phase, and there's the cost. The design and development phase, along with the cost. And then the timeline. And then we'll put in a final page. Just plus, I guess. Oh, that didn't put it. Oh, I gotta highlight this and then go here. And this final page is just thank you. Make that really big. And we'll bold it. And let's fix the letter spacing a little bit here. Okay, and how do we center it on the page now? I guess it'll snap. Yeah, it's going to snap. Okay, good. I don't think we need to put any, maybe an inspirational quote at the end. Yeah, like just don't use InDesign. Stay away. Yeah, actually that's not too bad of an idea, although I can't think of anything offhand of who I would put in as an inspirational quote. It's actually not a bad idea. The only problem is, I think for right now, I'm just so, like, I'm tired. I'm kind of gassed. And I just need to get this thing done. But yeah, I'll think about that. I'll think of, yeah, I love where you're going in terms of putting like personality into it, which is all, that's what I'm all about. Okay, I think this is good. The only thing that I need to do is I need to just go over the text again, make sure all the text is good. Just reread everything. And yeah, and just craft the initial email that I'm going to send to the client. I wonder if this thing would, no, I'm thinking if this should be better if it was portrait, not landscape. But I think this one works well for this. I might just punch this in a little bit so it's not trailing too much. Then we could add like images maybe to maybe make it look, that's tough to say. Timeline, thank you. Yeah, okay. So we're pretty much done. This has to get out the door, so we're gonna get out the door. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to, adding the images would be a good idea. Yeah, I think just add a little bit more color and just a little bit something to it. So maybe something that's kind of creative, or maybe something that's kind of all about data or something like that. So I'll just go on the stock site that I have to see if I can find something. Yeah, thanks for the roast. Yeah, no, you're welcome. There's not much to roast, man. You did a really good job. So I can tell that you've been designing for like you're not just a super beginner, or if you are, then you're moving along pretty fast. So so you know what you're doing, and it looks really good. So yeah, anytime if you ever have anything, just send them my way, because I love looking at websites, because I mean that's what I do. Building websites for 2005, I think, something like that. Almost 20 years, which is crazy. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, I've been working for like 10 plus years, just new to WEBFLOW. Yeah. Curious, what was your favorite tools before then? Like, I mean, I could guess just by percentage wise, WordPress, developing there. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there's other just different CMSs or what have you, right? But yeah, we should talk at some point later in terms of like what your experiences are with WEBFLOW and if you've tried other tools, because there's so many different tools now to build stuff. It's just pretty impressive actually. Because for me, when I started, it was I just did everything straight, just Notepad, Notepad Plus or whatever, or Sublime or whatever thing, and I would just do the HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript files on its own. Just fire that up onto the server, and away you go. But I think that was a really good way to just help at least learn the basics of how things went. Pretty much Figma guy, some WordPress too. Yeah, vanilla. Elementor. Oh, okay. So you're not much into the coding. Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. Yeah. So then, yeah, that's why tools like WEBFLOW are super awesome for guys that are more, like you said, like more the Figma guys, more of just the designer and not so much of the coding. So I'm kind of the other way. Like I love the coding aspect of designing, but and then I was like, okay, well, I got to figure out how to do things first, and I was like a Photoshop guy. And some of my earlier videos, I mean, even here just on the live stream is where I kind of taught and started picking up Figma and learning how to do it. So yeah, anyways. Oh, there you go. You can handle yourself around code too. Well, awesome. That's awesome. It's great having these well-rounded skill sets, because it makes us pretty invaluable to certain people. And I don't know, it's always good having a good skill set because they're always in demand. So you know what? I'm going to save this file before something happens. I didn't save this whole damn time. And that's the other thing too, like Figma, just the autosave and stuff. It's just amazing. And like Adobe, like, come on, man, get with the program. Kind of landed in the stack. Yeah, life, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of same thing for me as well too. It just kind of happened. Such as life, indeed. All right. So I'm gonna go grab something to eat. And so I'm going to end it here for today. Grab something to eat. It's 6 o'clock. Come back, tidy this thing up, and then craft my email, and then schedule it to send off first thing in the morning. So that'll be good. All right. Yeah. Take care. Yeah. You're more than welcome. And we'll see you next time. And for you, Maru, and then obviously everyone else too watching now and obviously in the future, we'll see you tomorrow.